Hello again. Well, we're all set to do this hill today, the Meikle Sayslaw. It's the highest hill in the Lammermuir Hills here in East Lothian, just on the border with the borders of Scotland. But you'll see there's a bit of a problem there, burning some of the heather and there's smoke everywhere. So we decided to abandon this walk and do a different one. So I'll be starting the actual video a bit further up here when we start on a completely different walk, which we're just going to wing it today. So we just parked up a little bit further down the road here and we decided to go up Penn's Hill. So it'll be a completely different map for this route. We're actually just going to wing it at the moment, but I'll be recording it. I've remembered to put on my Garmin this time. I forgot that last time I had to use Strava. So I'll put a map at the end of the video once we finish this walk. But for now, let's head off on this walk and see where we go. There's a few grouse butts here. That's the path up to the top of Dodd's Hill, I think it's called. Or actually just Dodd Hill. And we're heading up this way. Whoa! And there's a grouse right there. Always gives you a fright. So it's a lovely day today. Really nice sunny weather. Would you believe this is just 1 week since the last one I did? When I was videoing that, I actually had to walk through a hailstorm. Well, probably sleet more than hail. So quite a difference. I think we're going to have a lovely day up here on the hills. These hills here, just on the south side of East Lothian and the north of the borders, they're more kind of rolling than dramatic hills, but they give you really good views. A bit hazy today, but I think there's a lot of the smoke from the burning of the heather that's going on. So visibility isn't perfect. And it looks like there's some sheep up ahead. They might not be happy that we're arriving here. And there's a gate here that we'll cross over and we'll continue up this hill. Hopefully we'll get to the summit of this hill, but I'm not sure. I don't think there's anything up there. I thought there might have been a cairn, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, we're going to have to disturb that sheep there. I wasn't sure there whether that sheep was going to cause us some problems or not, but thankfully it decided to run off with its friends. Okay, let's carry on with this walk up the hill. So it looks like there's a bit of a path here which heads over to whatever that thing is over there. It might just be a pile of peat. I think that's the top of Penn's Hill. Penn's Hill. Anyway, this path just continues on over. I can't be bothered going over there to see whatever it is, especially if it's just a pile of peat. So let's head on along here between that hill and Dodd Hill on our left. There's an awful lot of windmills in the distance, but we won't be going over that far today. Okay, let's see where we go. I think we're going to get some good views in a minute. There's another one of those mounds. I think it's just a peat mound. Strange how it goes like that. There's quite a few of them on this hill. Maybe they're here for something to do with the grouse shooting. We've seen quite a few grouse already, well, 4, which is quite a lot. Only just started out. And we're only a kilometre into the walk. So we can now see Whiteadder Reservoir down below there, and I've got a video of us walking around Whiteadder Reservoir on this channel, so you can search that if you want to have a look at that walk. And also that tall hill over there is Spartleton Hill, and we've also done that. I can't remember if I videoed it though, so it might be on the channel if you want to have a look. Just do a search. But I definitely did Whiteadder Reservoir. Really good views from up here. Still a few of these grouse butts everywhere. But we're definitely descending down now towards the reservoir. I'm not actually sure whether we're going to make it all the way to the reservoir today. But we'll see how we go. We're just going to leave the path that heads down that way and head along this way. Not actually sure where it goes. It's obviously servicing these grouse butts, but we'll head along here. And it's a decent enough path and it's a great day. So let's just see where our feet take us. Well, the Land Rover track seems to kind of peter out a little bit here, so we're just having to go down this path here. There's another grouse, that's number 7 already. Oh, and there's another one. So that's number 8. You can see why there's a lot of grouse butts up here. Oh, there's another 9. You can see maybe down there in the valley there's 2 ruins. I saw them on the Ordnance Survey map, so we're going to head down towards them and check them out. Probably just old buildings, old farm buildings, something like that. I don't think they're castles. Well, they'd be quite small to be a castle. Anyway, at least there is a bit of a path coming down here, and I see another track down there as well, which we might take, or we might try and go up that hill in front of us. We'll see how we go. You can see there's just no plan today. With them burning the heather up the top there, it kind of scuppered our plan for coming down here today. And I say we because I'm not alone. Last week I went solo, this week I've got my partner with me. But she's a little way back, doesn't want to be on the camera. Mind you, I'm not on the camera either, but you know what I mean. She doesn't want to talk. But that's okay. So we're just heading down here. And once I get down this hill, it's quite steep actually. We'll head on over, check out what those buildings are. So I'll catch up with you in a minute once we're down at the bottom of here. Okay, we're almost down the side of the hill now. It's been pretty good for wildlife so far. We've obviously seen a lot of grouse. We just saw a hare running very fast away from us. And also I just spotted, well, it was either a lizard or it might have been a snake. Because this being White Adder Reservoir, they do actually have adders in this area. And I wasn't quick enough to actually see whether it was an adder or maybe just a newt or something like that. But it is halfway up the hill, which is a bit weird. Anyway, oh, there's another grouse calling. There's also a lot of geese down on the reservoir. So we're just heading down this point here, and we could just go across the tufty grass over to that building. It looks like a standing stone in that field as well, but I think after last week going across all the tufty stuff, I'm more inclined just to stay on this path here because it's actually really tough going when it's very, very tufty. And I think this just comes down onto this farm track and then we can take a left and go along a bit of a more defined track and have a look at what it is. So it's been a pretty good walk already. And you know, we're only 2 kilometres into it at the moment. Well, I'm seeing definitely a lot of wildlife, much more than I did last time. Although seeing the deer in the last video was really good. I'm not sure we're going to see many deer here. You never know, we might do. But it's not really deer country. And as we come down into this glen here, it's getting a bit windy as well. So I might be picking it up on the camera, which it's a shame. I still don't have a mic with wind protection. I'm just using the inbuilt camera. I used to use GoPro all the time, but I've upgraded, let's say, to this DJI Osmo 6. Which I'm still using at the moment. It seems to have quite a nice clear picture and it does better when you're inside or in low light. And I think the mic actually picks up a lot more than the GoPro, so you'll hear me huffing and puffing. I'm not the fittest person in the world. Anyway, we're coming down here, we're going to join this track. It's quite a well defined one. So that's good. So we could go to the right and just go straight back to the road. Like just doing a loop around that hill. I think maybe we'll try. We'll see, we're going to stop for lunch in a moment. took us quite a while to get down here from Edinburgh. It's always really bad traffic. But I'm going to stop at one of these buildings and then make a decision about whether to go up that big hill or not, or just keep to the easy path. So we'll see. Anyway, let's head on over to that building on the left first. So on the map this is called the Chapel Stone. For some reason I don't see any other ruins. Maybe there was a chapel here, but just a stone now, that's all that remains. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's go and have a look at this building. Just looks like maybe an abandoned farmhouse. It says on the map it's called Penshiel. We've just come off Penshiel Hill, so that makes sense, but maybe this building is what constituted Pens Hill. Penshiel, sorry, Penshiel, I keep getting it wrong. Certainly a substantial building. It's got quite thick walls for just being like a farmer's croft, if that was what it was. Some great views of the reservoir from here. Yeah, this looks like a very old building, but derelict for some time. I'll head over there as well. So let's check out what that's all about. Okay, we're just going to jump over this fence. Well, jump over the gate and head over there. This field here is full of sheep, but they're all on the other side, so we won't be disturbing them. So we'll just get over here and then head over, check out what the Grange building's like. Right, we'll just get over this gate and then we'll have a look at the building. So this is the Grange building. It looks quite big, or at least it used to be. But yeah, this has been derelict for a long time. There seems to be maybe a perimeter wall here. And the building itself, not much in the way of windows. Maybe it's fortified. Oh, there's a plaque over here. Historic building. Barely hanging on. Oh, 2 hares there. Keep them upright. Well, not much left of this building. It does have this kind of area out the front here. That pile of stones there. Maybe it's one of a number of buildings. Anyway, it's looking like quite the ruin. Oh, pretty cool. See a modern day house down there, and there's somebody walking. Good views as well. Anyway, I think we might stop here for lunch and then make a decision on where we're going next. So I'll catch up with you in a minute. That was a good lunch at the Grange there. We decided not to go up that hill. It's called Priest Law. Yeah, Priest Law Hill. We'll maybe do it another day, maybe tomorrow or next week. So we're back on this track and we're going to head along this way. This takes us back to the road, but a bit further down than where we parked. We'll be going round the edge of another hill called Southern Law, which is on the right there. We decided just to do this because of timing. I don't think we've got enough time to get up there and back down onto the road a bit further down, and then have to go all the way back, which is about 5 kilometres back to the car. So we're going to go this way, and then I think we've got about 3 kilometres. There's another stone ruined building up ahead, or maybe it's a sheep pen, so we'll check that out as well. Yeah, it looks like a circular sheep pen. Pretty cool. So we're just passing over this little bit of a stream. I think it's called Fee Clew, maybe, I think. Just coming down here to the Fazenay Water. This goes all the way to White Adder Reservoir, and we'll be crossing this again shortly when we get back onto the road. It's a really nice little river. This is a ford here, but it's obviously not high enough because, well, I don't know. It has been raining recently, but not this week. That's pretty good. Nice. Okay, we've got a gate to get over, and we're not too far away from the road. I can see a car up there, so we'll be joining that. Well, actually I think we'll be crossing that road and then carrying on. Maybe let me get over this gate. Don't let your dog become a killer. Well, we are in March at the moment, but the lambs are not out yet. And we're going to continue on up this track, and then the plan is to cross over the road and continue on a little bit. Not actually sure where those paths go. We've been looking at the hill up here on the left that the road kind of heads on up the side of. You can see a cairn on the top of it, and I think it might be quite easy to head on over to the one right in front of us there. It's more green, and it looks like it's either a cairn or a trig point at the top of that. I think that's one of the good things when you come out, and maybe, you know, you don't know where you're going. You go somewhere new and then see other bits, you're like, oh, maybe I could walk up there as well. So I think we'll definitely come back here. Anyway, we're heading up here, we'll get up to the road. Might be able to see a little bridge up there, just between, maybe halfway up the hill, between here and the cairn. That's where the road goes over. And it goes over a little Well, I would have called it a burn, but it's called a Little Crow Clew. Oh, you can see a car just gone up the side of the hill there now. It's going to cross the bridge. I wonder why it's called Little Crow. Anyway, I'll head on a bit more now. Oh, we've got some sheep on the road down here, and another car parked. Oh, not very happy about us coming down here, that's for sure. And they're all off that way. That's where we'll be going later. Wow, they can run. Oh, they've left this one behind. So yeah, we're going to head up this way next. But I wanted to show you around here because this is a sign for the Scottish borders. So we're still in East Lothian at the moment. It says try your brakes. Welcome to the Scottish borders. And it's got a sticker on it. Trans-Alba race. Don't know what that was. Anyway, Scottish borders. Now we're in Scottish borders. East Lothian, birthplace of Scotland's flag. 832 AD. Usual selection of stickers here. Okay, let's get back into East Lothian. That's not our car there, wish it was. Ours is much dirtier. Okay, we're going to head up this track here now, around the back of this hill. Some more sheep. They're not going to be happy in a minute. They'll see me and then they'll run. Hopefully not at me. We're not going all the way over to the cottage, which I think you might be able to see in the distance there beside those trees, but we're actually going to go up here, so it's going to be a bit steep for a moment. It's kind of straight up the top of this hill. So I'll speak to you when I get to the top because I'll be out of breath going up here. So I think we're here at the top of, I think this is called Priest Clew Rig. That's it. There's a post over there. Maybe that's marking the summit. There's been grouse butts all the way up. This is number 1. Very well maintained. And there's a lot of grouse here as well. We've seen absolutely loads today. I don't know if you can see in the distance the smoke rising there where they're burning the heather. You can actually smell it in the air. Even all the way over here. Anyway, here's the post. So we'll say we've done this hill. Not much else up here really. Spectacular views. Another grouse as well. Maybe we could just trek on this way, I'm not sure. Anyway, just enjoy the views for a moment. We're just going to follow this less defined path, Land Rover track I guess, because I think there's another path over here somewhere that takes us back down to the road. There is one over to our left that takes us to the wind farm, but that's not the direction we want to go. We want to go in that kind of direction where the pylons are. You can actually see where the car is parked. It's that little white dot on the horizon. Well, not horizon, but down there on the side of the road. So hopefully we can find a path down onto the road this way. We'll see how we get on. this is definitely where, you know, and I normally do say this on these walks, it's a good idea to take a tick removal tool. I'll put a picture of what ours looks like on the screen, because we're just going through all this heather. I'm not sure if it's tick season, but it's always a good idea to take it with you. We got ours for free at the Highland Show one year. So, oh, another grouse. Always makes you jump when they start flying off. But yeah, always worth having one. You can get them cheap off eBay actually. And we've got a little first aid kit too. Anyway, we're just heading down this way. See another grouse spot over there. And I think that road there, we must be joining that just down in this little valley. That'll take us back to the road. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see where this road goes to. Okay, we just had a chat there. There's 3 different options of getting back to the road, which is over there. We decided to extend the walk just a little bit. This path up here looks quite well defined, and I think it might actually go up to that radio mast up there. 2 more grouse. So we're going to follow this road a little bit. It goes up the top of there, and then according to Ordnance Survey it has a track going down to Fasney Bridge across the Fasney Water, which we've already crossed earlier in the walk, but cross it again. Ah, there's a little hut here. So this is a path also back to the road. So that was one of the other options. But, over here, wow, look at this. A little hut for some reason. I'm going to have a look and see what it's about. Well, that hasn't been used for a while. Okay, at this point it's a left or right junction, so right is going to take us back down to the road. It looks like it maybe goes on straight on as well, but I'm going to do a left and do a kind of side quest up to that radio mast up there. So this is called Hare Clew Rig, H-E-R-E as in the furry animal. So let's just go up to that mast, and then we'll turn back and come back down this way. So this path here goes on for quite a long distance. I think it's probably one best to do on a bike rather than walking. It's pretty flat. I think it'd be good cycling. People will do that one day. But here we are. Hare Clew Rig radio or mobile phone transmitter. There's a couple of generators here making a right racket. Diesel fuel. There you go. Right beside the wind farm as well. Well, not that far away. Anyway, we only came up to see this. It says O2 on it. And Virgin Media as well. Anyway, we're not going to go in there. We're just going to head back down now. So it's a pretty much straight road all the way back down to the actual tarmac road. Still burning the heather over there. That's where we were going to be today. But we decided to come this way instead. So maybe we'll do that on another day. And there's a wind farm that we were going to go up to. And I'll tell you about that wind farm when we actually eventually do that walk. Bit of an interesting fact about it. But for now, we're going to head back down here, back to the road. So we're just rejoining the actual public road now. It's a lovely little tiny bridge there. And we'll be going along to the left to Fasney Water. Fasney, is it? I think. Fasney Water Bridge, which is along the road there. This is a lovely little bridge over this little burn. And there's a trap down there. It's pretty cool. It's very quiet here. You wouldn't think this is like the main road down to the borders. Well, maybe not main road, one of them anyway. Right, so need to head this way, cross another bridge, and then we're just up between these two hills back to the car. So not far to go, and it's around about 3 o'clock now. I think we started this around about midday. So the sun's starting to drop a little bit. I can hear a car coming, so I'll stop the camera for a moment. So here we are on Fasney Bridge over the water. Looks really nice down there. We're still walking on this main road. Well, I say main road. So we're only about maybe 300 metres maybe from the car. It's been an interesting walk. I mean, it was completely unplanned. Oh, there's a van coming. I need to get off the road. Hold on a second. That was loud going over this cattle grid. Anyway, as I was saying, this is an unexpected walk and it's been really good, I think. Seen a few different things and some fantastic wide open views as well. So if I look on my Garmin here, it's saying 9.18. So I think it might be around about 9.5 kilometres by the time we get to the car. So less than a 10k walk. Hasn't really been that strenuous. There's not been a lot of climbs. It's mostly been flat walking. And yeah, it's been pretty good. So thanks for coming along on this video. It's been an unexpected one. I will create a map. You can download that from my Patreon page. I'll leave a link in the description. And like and subscribe. I have to say that, you know. And I'll see you on the next video. Not sure where I'll be. I might be south of Edinburgh. Might be north, don't know yet, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you can join me again. Thanks for watching, take care, see ya.